Good afternoon. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewerline Check Professionals. I'm here at 4124 West 59th Place in Los Angeles, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line. And the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drainline systems to the public sewer. The building drainline system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which are underneath or interior to the structure. Today's video examination does not focus on the building drainline system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drainline system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drainline video examination can be set up through our office. Alright, so I've accessed today's main sewer line from a 4-inch maintenance access located on the right side of the house. We pushed through about 20 feet of building drain system, then the line comes out of the building. We zeroed out the camera, the footage counter on the camera, and pushed out another 17 feet. What we're looking at here is we're sitting in the front yard, and if you're standing at the front door and you're looking at the front yard, on the front right corner of the front yard, there's a pretty big tree bush there on the corner, and we're sitting essentially right under this. Now, what's occurred with this line essentially is the two markings there at the top appear to be some form of either roots or a wood piece. There's some wood that's been basically lined along part of the driveway and part of the front yard, and it appears that possibly this is where the wood was either knocked down too far. Either way, it's not entirely, I can't be entirely conclusive as to what caused the situation, but what we have here is that the sewer pipe has been basically busted down. So we have essentially about a 1/4 inch opening for this sewer line here. We're looking at a complete 3-inch sewer pipe that's coming out, and the sewer piece of pipe in front of us has been basically knocked down, so we only have this very small opening. This is going to need to be repaired. The way that this is going to have to happen is that the line's going to have to be excavated and then either reset or replace that with a different material. But we're going to be coming basically from this point. We're not going to be able to get any further. The camera's just too big, that opening's too small, and besides the obvious fact of it's not connected properly, this is basically a pretty big risk for a backup. An opening that size, you can pretty easily get some things clogged in there, whether it's roots coming in, baby wipes, toilet paper, any kind of debris could get caught up in that hole. Plug it up pretty effectively, and the line would start backing up. This is definitely going to need to be replaced as soon as possible. Now, we're essentially running along in the diagonal path from the front door, or right in front of the front door actually, towards the front corner there of the front yard. The pipe material in right now is a section of vitrified clay. Vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines. It has a long service life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity. Nothing too significant, but for all I know, the line was cleaned recently. Either way, it's an indicator that roots are getting into the system and the line will need to be cleared out. We have a couple breaks here in the pipe. We have the one that we saw up ahead. This is another one here at 12 feet. It's not entirely clear. I did take some photographs that show the break a little bit more clearly, but we do have, you can see here the joint is pretty obvious. You have that smooth division between one section of pipe and the next. The section up ahead here, where you have those roots coming in the middle of the pipe, that is because the line's broken, so that section will need to be repaired. And we have one more break coming back, and just verify there's right here. So then we have another break in the pipe here located about 6 feet. Good news in all these sections of the breaks is that they're not under any concrete or any of the stonework, any of the brick. It's all under the grass, under the dirt, so it's not a huge excavation project. Also, not that deep of a line. The line's coming out of the house. It's only about 1.5 feet deep. The section that we saw up 8 feet deep. So not a very big dig to replace this out, but we're looking at about 17 feet of pipe, which is going to need to be, essentially it's going to be easier to basically just replace all of that material with a newer material rather than to go through the work of individually spot repairing each joint. Okay, so at this point we're into the building drain system. The building drain system, the section of the pipe right here is an original cast iron pipe. Cast iron is a material which typically has a service life between 70 to 80 years. What happens with cast iron is that as it gets older, it starts to decay and wear away. The section of cast iron that we're looking at today isn't in too rough of a shape. We do see some, beginning stages of some deterioration and some failure. The line isn't notably broken or cracked, so there's not a need to replace it on an immediate basis. But it's just something to keep in mind that in the future, this section of pipe will need to be fixed or replaced out. At this point, we're entering the last section of the building drain system. It's an ABS plastic, so this is an upgrade to the original system. ABS plastic is an excellent material for main sewer lines. It has a long service life expectancy. It also has a smoother surface, which makes it very efficient at washing out debris. But lastly, it's intended to be impervious to root intrusions. So overall, it's an excellent material for main sewer lines. And for building drain systems, for that matter. So the section of plastic under the house, no issue with that. We do have that old section of cast iron, but not something that we need to do anything with right now. The concern is that clay section running out of the front yard. We have 2 breaks, and then we have a severely offset joint there where the line's been pushed down. Okay, so with this, I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of the examination for today. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant day.